Multi-age education, successfully catering for diversity in the primary classroom, by Jessica Armour. Diversity is the quality of being different and occurs at both individual and a group level. Diversity rings true in all primary school classrooms across Australia, as our country is made up of many individuals from different cultural, socio-economic, religious, and educational backgrounds. Teachers across Australia teach these diverse individuals on a day-to-day basis in an inclusive environment. How do we, as graduate teachers, ensure that every child is given a quality and affordable education where students have the opportunity to achieve success? It is our responsibility to provide an inclusive and nurturing environment to ensure all students are catered for equally. What is social justice? Adams, 2007, defines social justice to be full and equal participation of all groups in a society that is mutually shaped to meet their needs. Teachers need to be mindful of social justice issues within the school environment to ensure that all students are offered equality in education. The social justice issue at hand that has the ability to impact upon my meeting of the QCT standards for teachers in my first year of teaching is the underlying need to cater for the diversity amongst students in my classroom. This issue will impact my ability to successfully cater for the individualised learning needs of students in my classroom, as supported by Churchill, 2007. Students in any one classroom have a diverse range of abilities, backgrounds, and experiences. I believe that to be successful in meeting the constant demands of these needs is a real issue which graduate teachers are faced with on a daily basis. This issue will impact my ability to address Standard 1.3 of the National Teacher Standards. This standard requires the teacher to cater for students with diverse backgrounds and use teaching strategies to create a positive learning experience. In a multi-age classroom, this can only be achieved after the teacher recognises the strategies which ensure diversities are catered for successfully. Multi-age education, as supported by Milburn, 1981, is an overarching term which describes classes that have an age range of at least 2 years. This is different to a composite class, as students in a multi-age environment are not seen as members of each particular grade, but are seen as individuals at varying stages of development who have different needs in different areas of the curriculum. It is essentially formed as a result of a belief about the need for schooling which is developmentally appropriate. Multi-age education classrooms are essentially developed due to philosophical reasons rather than monetary ones. These beliefs are also supported by Constable, 2005. Multi-age education goes back to the 1960s with the concept of open classrooms. Learning in today's multi-age environment is extremely different. It is an environment where hands-on learning is paramount and where teachers have the individual needs of students at heart. Experts in the field, such as Lloyd, 1991, believe that multi-age education framework is extremely successful in catering for diversity and has many benefits. These benefits include peer mentoring, increased student achievement, and an inclusive and cooperative environment. Consequently, research and experiences have led to many contemporary educators to consider different alternatives to the traditional graded system. This means that multi-age programs are being born out of the belief that the graded system doesn't always meet the needs of students, and that students benefit from having the same teacher for more than 1 year. Hartle et al., 1999. Many experts believe that multi-age classrooms are not the only way which teachers can successfully cater for diversity. This method is not for everyone, and there will always be schools which are unwilling to participate, no matter what the predicted outcome is. This is mainly due to the large-scale adjustments that need to be undertaken and the view that a fixed-graded system is more appropriate to educate children. Song, Spradlin and Plucker, 2009, believe that diversity can be successfully catered for using regular mainstream or straight classrooms. These classrooms are made up of children from similar age groups. This method of education has been successfully used for hundreds of years. However, schools are now faced with an increasing range of diversities between students, and I believe that multi-age classrooms are better suited to ensure each child gets the quality education that they deserve. Veenman, 1995, openly discusses the many positive effects which multi-age education systems offer. These positive effects of multi-age education are seen too frequently to be discharged. I have also witnessed these positives during my schooling days and during numerous professional experiences during my time at university. These multi-age classrooms are built around the idea that what is developmentally appropriate rather than what is perceived to be appropriate based on developmental age. Multi-age classrooms are flexible to different groupings and benefit students who require accelerated work with older students. These students are still able to interact socially with peers their own ages. Moreover, students who require extra support are able to be catered for at an appropriate level in a multi-age classroom, as students are encouraged to work at a level which is developmentally appropriate. This can be achieved without the student having to go down a grade, repeat, or even worse, be socially labelled as being in the dumb group. This flexible environment which a multi-age classroom offers allows children to perform at appropriate developmental levels. This shows that diversity is catered for in a multi-age classroom, as students with varying abilities are encouraged to work together. These positive benefits of a multi-age education system were also noted in a similar Australian study by Lemos, 1991. The study determined that multi-age classrooms were found to promote pupil growth and well-being. This was primarily due because these groupings reduced student anxieties, promoted social growth, while promoting physical, social, and cognitive growth of all students, regardless of their academic abilities. Jeff Johnson, a leading and experienced primary school multi-age education teacher, commented that multi-age education is a method of schooling valuable to all students and is especially useful in catering for the diverse needs found in any one classroom. Jeff Johnson, 2013. Naomi Wilf, a teacher with over 10 years' experience, teaches multi-age classrooms. She said that multi-age classrooms group students of various ages, involve clusters of students working and learning together, levels dominance and frustrations as students of all diversities learn to work and play together. Multi-age education offers a variety of abilities, talents, styles, and ages. Wilf, 2013. Feynman, 1995, found that students who are part of a multi-age class are frequently more productive and demonstrated inclusivity when compared to children in straight classes. This has also been found to improve performance and results in all subject areas. Feynman has repeated these studies and found the same results to be true. During a recent practicum, I had Year 3 students working with Year 5 students during mathematics groups. I created an environment free from peer pressure and challenged students to learn at their own level. Students had the support of older students that were working with them. During this experience, all students were motivated and encouraged to construct their own knowledge. Class discussions were engaging and interesting, and were revolved around strategies and strengths that each individual child brought into the room. During this practicum, I strive to encourage children to learn through the art of discovery. Also, I encourage them to use discussion to ensure learning experiences were both challenging and engaging to all students. This multi-age classroom setting was very beneficial for students working below the standard. This is because they were able to be encouraged by the students working at and above the standard. Studies have supported this idea that a non-graded environment is particularly beneficial for boys, underachievers, and also students from low socio-economic backgrounds. Anderson and Pavan, 2000. It is clear that a multi-age classroom does cater for diversity. These classrooms encourage and promote the individual diversities of students. So, what's my plan? How am I going to successfully cater for diversity in a multi-age classroom as a graduate teacher? After already completing my first casual day, I look forward to continuing to teach in New South Wales public schools throughout my career. Like most schools in northern New South Wales, this school will be comprised of composite, multi-age and single-level classes. Like my internship school, this school will be continually researching to ensure that a quality and socially just education is given to all children in all classes. Research and statistics show that more traditional classroom structures have resulted in many children being left behind, disengaged, while others are simply not challenged. During one of my practical experiences, I was fortunate enough to be involved in staff meetings where teachers discussed the pros and cons of the school going completely multi-age, except for kindergarten, the following year. Many experts believe that multi-age classrooms are not the only way which teachers can successfully cater for diversity. This method is not for everyone, and there will always be schools which are unwilling to participate, no matter what the predicted outcome is. This is mainly due to the large-scale adjustments that need to be undertaken, and the view that a fixed graded system is more appropriate to educate children. Song, Spradlin and Plucker, 2009, believe that diversity can be successfully catered for using regular mainstream or straight classrooms. These classrooms are made up of children from similar age groups. This method of education has been successfully used for hundreds of years. However, schools are now faced with an increasing range of diversities between students, and I believe that multi-age classrooms are better suited to ensure each child gets the quality education that they deserve. I have established many aims which relate directly to literature on multi-age education, such as Constable, 2005, and Lloyd, 1991. I plan that my multi-age classroom will focus on what children can do rather than what they can't. There will never be any fear of failure, thus building self-confidence. The classroom will be a competitive-free environment. Comparisons will not be made between students, and all children will be allowed to have a go. Children will be encouraged to express themselves creatively, and to make their own choices and share their ideas. Exploration and discovery is encouraged. This is a part of real life and learning shouldn't be no different. A settled environment will be evident. The younger children could look up to the older students, thus boosting their confidence and an improved behaviour track record for all students. Children will be encouraged to mix freely, learn and play with students within the class. This will promote learning cooperation and citizenship. Due to the range of abilities, children will not feel as though they are failures, different, or extra special. My passion lies in the area of a developing, open-end, rich inquiry learning experiences that cater for the needs and abilities of all students. Lessons where students take control of their learning and support one another in an environment of discovery. I hope to use Bloom's taxonomy and de Bono's thinking hats as a means of engaging my students in topics and encouraging their thinking at different levels. Using these strategies, I will encourage my students to work at their own level, both individually and as part of a group, to learn with an emphasis on discovery and cooperation. The main strategies I will endeavour to implement to cater for diversity in my own multi-age classroom include developmentally appropriate instruction, team teaching, and the use of student-based learning centres that provide a range of learning experiences for all children. I hope to be able to formally analyse student performance through assessment tasks and NAPLAN style tests, but on a day-to-day basis, I envision that we as teachers will be able to see positive results speaking for themselves, in students achieving small successes through discovery learning, in children embracing their peers with varying needs, in children assisting another child with their work. It is my hope that these day-to-day classroom experiences will support the idea that multi-age classrooms can successfully cater for diversity. There are many strengths of my proposed plan about successfully catering for diversity in a multi-age classroom. My plan promotes the development of student performance. Students are able to develop a sense of self-efficacy, something which is not able to be developed in single-grade classrooms. Moreover, students have the ability to identify their personal strengths and develop self-initiative through interaction and open-ended tasks. These strengths have been supported by educators and a number of research episodes conducted by Veenman, 1995, and Constable, 2005. These skills are not able to develop to such high levels in a single grade classroom, thus promoting the strength of my plan. In addition, there are also some weaknesses which may need to be addressed to ensure that diversity can be successfully catered for in a multi-age classroom. A major weakness of my plan is that it may be too ambitious for a graduate teacher to undertake. It could be potentially problematic for a graduate teacher, like myself, to develop and implement such a detailed plan for catering diversity in a multi-age classroom. I intend to overcome this weakness by continually upgrading my skills through professional development days and liaising with other multi-age educators from other schools. My plan provides many opportunities to fellow colleagues, students, the school, and also to myself. Primarily, this plan provides a quality education for students with all different types of diversities. Such quality education for these students would not be available in single-grade classrooms. The plan also provides many opportunities for colleagues as they are able to become familiar with the multi-age education style. My colleagues will also be able to ensure that learning is directed towards each individual student as they keep the same classes for around 2 years. This plan also provides many opportunities for myself, as it will develop my teaching abilities and experiences as a graduate teacher. A major possible threat to my plan is that it will not be fully supported by principals and fellow colleagues. This will hinder the success of my plan, as I will not have the support that I need to ensure that it can be run successfully. I plan to counteract this threat by conducting development sessions to ensure my colleagues know the true benefits which multi-education offers. So, what's my plan? How am I going to successfully cater for diversity in a multi-age classroom as a graduate teacher? After already completing my first casual day, I look forward to continuing to teach in New South Wales public schools throughout my career. Like most schools in northern New South Wales, this school will be comprised of composite, multi-age and single-level classes. Like my internship school, this school will be continually researching to ensure that a quality and socially just education is given to all children in all classes. Research and statistics show that more traditional classroom structures have resulted in many children being left behind, disengaged, while others are simply not challenged. During one of my practical experiences, I was fortunate enough to be involved in staff meetings where teachers discussed the pros and cons of the school going completely multi-age, except for kindergarten, the following year.